After more than 18 years of service, one of Edina's longest-serving city council members is retiring. Ann Swenson decided not to run for re-election and has her last meeting this month. Edina TV's Dietrich Nissen has more on what she's meant to the organization and what's next for her.
I like this project a lot. Running for office isn't really a skill set I've ever developed.
When Ann Swenson graduated from Edina High School in 1969, the closest to a political career she'd had was in elementary school.
I ran for my fourth grade class president and lost because I voted for my next best friend, Sally, who was running, and she didn't vote for me.
But that minor upset didn't bring her down. Instead, she got so involved with the community, she was asked to be a leader.
Years ago, I was asked to apply for the park board. And this is before the council interviewed, and the mayor usually just did the appointments. And so I wrote a park board application that talked about all my years of coaching soccer and running the Edina Swim Club and, why I would be good for park.
But again, she wasn't picked. Former Edina Mayor Fred Richards had already filled the spot and asked her to join the Planning Commission instead.
He didn't know that I have a background in architecture and art history, and I have a degree in design. So serendipity, I ended up on planning, which really became the love of my life. And I did that for 10 years.
That decade included serving on the Zoning Board and Historical Preservation Board until one day she wanted more.
I was walking out of the meeting and I was mad because the council hadn't been listening to us. And I said I should run for council. And my friend walking out with me looked at me and said, "Yes, you should."
Soon after, her friends and family campaigned on her behalf, and in 2005, she won a seat on the Edina City Council, a seat she's now held for 2 more terms.
You couldn't ask for a better person to serve on a city council with than Ann Swenson.
A pragmatist, Swenson developed a reputation for being detail-oriented, efficient, and future-focused.
It's kind of an odd corner, so this is sort of, to me, a little bit of an odd building.
She asks questions, she looks for more information in detail so that she fully understands the issue, and that's what you want, of course, from an elected official and from a commission representative, is somebody who thinks deeply about the subjects. That's Ann to a T.
She's smart, that she knows Edina upwards and backwards, that she is direct, and that she's unambiguous.
In addition to approving many of Edina's newest buildings,
This is a really cool place, and it will make our city a much better place to live and play.
she's particularly proud of the changes at 50th and France, including her ability to find funding for the Spalding statue, which greets pedestrians.
She has been nothing but fabulous to work with, and she's also a lot of fun.
She was thinking about not only the people that were now living here, she was thinking about the people that weren't living here yet.
And to that end, Swenson says her next step is to continue the fight for affordable housing.
I would like, as a city, to take a more proactive view of how we can keep housing for people that work in our city, at Fairview, at Southdale, in all sorts of different jobs. And so that's kind of my hopeful next chapter.
And although she never set out to be a politician, her love for her childhood city helped her grow into one of its well-respected leaders.
In the long run, if you felt you did the best thing for the city, then you've done your job right.
In Edina, Dietrich Nissen, Edina TV.
Swenson's spot on the City Council has been filled by Mike Fisher, who had also served on the Edina Planning Commission prior to becoming a City Council member. Fisher begins his term January 4th.